just sit down and ask yourself, what do I want? Because we can create anything we desire. We can create really anything and everything, all the money, all the abundance, the health and everything, if we are intentional with it. And the first and foremost, if we know actually what do we want, not because somebody else is doing it, but what do we truly want?
There are opportunities for our work and careers everywhere, if you know where to look. That's easier said than done, especially in our fast-paced and constantly changing world. Mary Ann Faremouth is talking to experts, employers, and job seekers to bring you insight and understanding about what's possible. This is Career Can Do, where we're navigating the new work world.
Welcome to the Career Can Do podcast, a global top podcast, nationally syndicated and created to help us all navigate the new work world. My name is Mary Ann Faremouth. I'll be your host for this episode. And today I'm just delighted to have a guest on my show that I have known for many, many years, that I think so highly of, personally and professionally. That person is Elle Ballard. Elle is the founder and executive director of the Woman of the World Network. This network is a supportive entrepreneurial community for multinational and international ladies thriving all over the world. I happen to be a member of this organization, and I have to say it has helped me grow personally and professionally so much that I asked Elle to be a guest on the show today. And some of the things that are really unique about Women of the World, or the acronym WOW, as we call it, this organization has 22 countries represented in the community and has 10 plus member events monthly. And 40 of the authors that are part of this organization have received international best-selling author status. That's just to mention a few of the accolades of this organization. But after that incredibly long introduction, and without further ado, help me welcome Elle Ballard. Elle, say hello to everybody.
Hi, Mary Ann. Thank you so much for that introduction. And thank you so much for having me on your amazing podcast. I'm always happy to be here, always happy to talk to you.
Well, it's my pleasure to talk to you too. Elle and I met many years ago. We were judges on a contest on a organization, international organization. We were kind of a big time contest. And we were both scared to death, and we helped each other and so much navigate that contest. But from it, we learned so much, and we formed a wonderful friendship. Now, as I said, I've been a member of Women of the World for a long time now, but you're always doing so many innovative things. And I thought I'd have you on the show today because as we look into the new year, I think a lot of us are looking at goals and are looking at what we want to do and expand our personal and professional platforms in the new year. Tell us a little bit about how Women of the World got started and what you have planned for the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me, Mary Ann. It's so great. Always great to talk to you. So I am originally from Kazakhstan. I was born and raised there. And when I came here, I finished my MBA program and worked in a corporate environment. My background is marketing. I used to market software products internationally and nationally. That gave me such a great experience, but also I realized using the experience that I gained, I wanted to create something to support women like me, women who are building their businesses and lives in the new country, or maybe moving across countries, or maybe even born and raised here, wanting to meet women from different countries. And that's why I decided to create Women of the World Network, organization that is focused on supporting multinational women in business. Like you said, we do have 22 countries represented in the community. We have now over 45 authors received best-selling status, and we've published 3 books. We are working on our book number 4 in the community. And all we do is provide visibility, provide partnership opportunities. We celebrate partnerships in the community. This year, my goal is 60 partnerships. This year is not over yet, so I am counting. Over 60 partnerships in the community. And what I mean by a partnership, I mean a business transaction between women-owned businesses that we celebrate in the community. And some of them are collaborations, of course, that lead to business transactions as well. So that's our main thing. But we also have our own podcast where we interview all of our fabulous, amazing women. And that's kind of the focus of the platform, Women of the World Network, is really where my heart is my way of giving back to humanity, elevate, support women in their businesses. And this next year, we are adding international retreats of that I've been wanting to do. During pandemic, I had to pause a little bit there, but we are going to Turkey in spring. So that will be our first international retreat. We did do some national ones, but this will be our first. We are doing that at the end of April, beginning May. That's going to be Istanbul in Cappadocia. So much history there. It will be amazing. The focus is really rejuvenation and reset. So every day will be dedicated to some sort of a reset, mental reset, creative reset, physical reset. And of course, we're going to do tours. So it's going to be amazing. So we're doing that. That's something that's coming up in the books. We also, like I said, publishing our next book, book number 4 next year, dedicated to women in business. So each of our books is kind of featured around different themes. And Mary Ann, we were so honored to have you in our books as well and feature your beautiful stories and sharing your amazing experience there as well. Those are a couple of things that we have coming up next year. In addition to that, I'm adding a deep dive program, a small group cohort for women who are ready for next level. And it's around 3 big umbrellas of fabulousness, fulfillment, and freedom. And so those are the 3 big umbrellas that the program is focused around. So we're doing that. A little bit of that will be in the retreat. We'll do a little bit of like a sneak peek during the retreat as well. But yeah, those are the things that I'm working on at the moment for next year. Very exciting.
Well, I think it's wonderful. And what a great role model you are, Elle, of someone who moved here from far away from another country, came here, worked in corporate America. So you know what corporate America is about, but then had a big vision, had a bigger idea, and took that idea and ran with it. But the thing about Elle that really resonates so much with me, that's so much like what I believe, and that is Elle helps women become their best selves. She has programs that help you grow, not only professionally, but personally. That's just amazing. Yeah, we can be creative and successful and do all kinds of great things in our businesses, but what about us as a person? And I think you hit upon that with this retreat in Istanbul, Turkey, about taking time for ourselves. Reset.
Reset. Yeah.
Reset. I have to admit, we don't stop. We go, 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 go. But at the end of the day or the end of the year, you sit back and think, "Ooh, I'm kind of tired." We need to all reset for our health, for our mental well-being. And I just felt so privileged to know Elle and be a part of what she does. And I wanted to have her on Career Can Do today because I think that if women know about this, you might be a place, you might be listening to this podcast right now and be in a place where you say, I want more. I want to do more. I want to grow more. I want to know more people. And I think all of it is about growing, but also in community with others, sharing what we do or learning from someone else. There's been small groups of L's and women of the world that I've been a part of. And I've heard somebody talk about something. She said, all kind of women on this organization. And I thought, that's something I need to think about. So when we all get together and we share ideas and thoughts and our backgrounds, it's only a positive. I mean, we only can grow from that. There's also this E-Academy. What is that all about, Elle?
Yeah. And thank you. Thank you for all of that, Mary Ann. So E-Academy is also part of the exposure opportunities, the visibility opportunities that we offer in the community. And what it is really a place where all of our members can showcase their skills, their expertise, their experience. So if you're a member of our organization, we help you promote your webinars, workshops through E-Academy. It could be paid or free event, and we kind of put it on all of our channels, social media channels and emails. And like this morning, we had a couple of those as well. And so they are on different topic usually. And so people can sign up, and the sign-ups go directly to your website. We don't collect those leads or anything like that. But that's an additional opportunity for exposure for our members to showcase their skills and, of course, build their businesses as they do more of those. And those could be, again, webinars, free, or it could be paid workshops. It doesn't matter. It's just we wanted to create this kind of corner to not only help our women network, but also promote their skills through those events that they organize themselves.
That's wonderful. And I've had two experiences that come to mind right now. I'm sure there are others, many others that I've had with you and your organization, but one of them was a woman I knew from another organization. And she said, Mary Ann, I really have a passion to write a book, but I don't know that I can do the whole thing. And I said, well, what about writing a chapter in an anthology book? Yeah, that would be great. So I referred her to Women of the World. And sure enough,
Yes.
she wrote a chapter in this anthology book. And I have to say, I've written in Elle books, and I think two of them, maybe all of them, I'm not sure, but the two of them that I can remember, within 24 hours, they were bestsellers in like 10 countries. It's amazing. So the opportunities that we have with Women of the World are like nothing else I've experienced. Okay. You have a passion, you want to write, or maybe you want to be in a small group and you want to be on a podcast or whatever. You can check into Women of the World and see what they have that you're interested in and only grow from it. So that's a great thing. The other thing too is what you do is more self-paced. So like if we have busy schedules, some of the things that Elle offers, unlike being in a university where you have to have homework and stress, this is more self-paced. So if you're a family person and a worker and you don't have a lot of time, but you want to accomplish something, this might be an avenue for you to do it at your own pace, right? So that's something else. But also, I have to say, I have this podcast, obviously, but I really believe that being a member of Women of the World and being published in her anthology books has exposed what I do to international people that have wanted to be guests on my podcast. So it's like everything has a ripple effect to it. The bottom line is, as we grow and go on the journey of life, it's not so much the destination, in my opinion, but we meet along the way. And meeting women like Elle and the people in this organization can only help us become our best selves. And so I think as you're looking at your next year and your goals and your life where it is right now and where you want it to go, please give Women of the World a thought because it's unbelievably expansive, in my opinion, a good vehicle to become our best selves. And this woman, I have to say, she's very unique, all right? She's really, really smart. An MBA, I've been proud enough to speak at her MBA at the University of St. Thomas. She really cares about her members. And I think in this world with all the changes and the challenges we have, it's kind of a unique thing these days to meet someone who'll stop and say, how are you? I was saying, how are things going? How are you doing? Like, huh? Anyway, we're coming near the end, Elle, and I think we've given our listeners so much good information, but I always like to leave them with two salient points that they can take with them. And if you could give our members 2 points of advice about going forward in their lives, what would those be?
The two things I want to say is in the business, and we kind of mentioned the business of today's world, and that's why we're doing this retreat where we disconnect. The peace of mind is becoming such a luxury today, right? Because we are so busy. This is a time of the year where we are closing the year, we are planning next year, we are reflecting on this year. Take the time. Number one, my tip would be just sit down and ask yourself, what do I want? Because we can create anything we desire. We can create really anything and everything, all the money, all the abundance, the health and everything, if we are intentional with it. And the first and foremost, if we know actually what do we want, not because somebody else is doing it, but what do we truly want? That's such a big question. Sometimes it's hard to answer because we do need to really go through layers of keep asking that question. But once you know, you would know. So that's been a game changer for me when I actually went back to myself and asked myself that question. What is it about for me and what am I after? And second, number two is really being flexible. We talked about a little bit that it's a journey. It's not about destination. The journey itself, that's where the beauty is. And being flexible during the journey with everything, the situations that come up. It's not an easy path. It's not a straight path, but being flexible and having an open mind, that's the key to everything in life, I believe. So hopefully this to help. Then in closing, I want to thank you again, Mary Ann. The next year is actually our 5th year anniversary. It's so fast and so it's so cool. And we're having our big event in March. March 9th conference in the Bay Area in California. So if your listeners are wondering, they can always come and check out womenoftheworldnetwork.com in the events page. March 9th is our event. It will be an in-person. It will be amazing. But thank you so much for having me today. It's always such a pleasure to see your beautiful face, to talk to you. And thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure. Elle, what you just said reminds me of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. There was that horrible tornado and she was left and met these three wonderful people along the way, and it changed her life. And I think that sometimes when things are in upheaval and we have the tornadoes of our own life, we can join an organization like Women of the World and be with people that help us grow and help us go on that yellow brick road to our own personal journey. The outcome is only positive. So I thank you, Elle. All this information will be on my website. I can't wait till next year to see what we're going to do in Women of the World. And I might meet you in Turkey.
Yes.
So thank you all so much. And this is the end. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Thank you. We thank you for tuning in to our Career Can Do podcast. We make no guarantees on results for your particular quest, but we hope you enjoy the information presented. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely that of the guest or speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Mary Ann Faremouth and Faremouth and Company. Thank you.